There are so many important elements in this component that each could easily warrant its own week. In order to have a smooth, efficient, effective classroom, teachers need to implement structure and schedule. Effective teachers take time at the beginning of the year to establish routines and classroom procedures. Good management leads to students assuming responsibility for the class's operation. They keep things going even without teacher supervision, and little time needs to be taken on non-instructional items. A well-run classroom is evident if students can describe the classroom procedures and if teachers can explain how students help to create and maintain procedures. Simply put, successful teaching is not possible in a chaotic environment. Good classroom management is not a substitute for high-quality instruction, but it is a prerequisite to it. Small group instruction is a highly effective differentiating instructional strategy widely used, especially in elementary classrooms. The work involved in preparing students to operate within a small group instruction model takes time and patience. First, establish clear routines and expectations. Students should know and understand your expectations for small group instruction and independent work, including material management, work completion procedures, and methods for requesting help. Taking the time to establish and practice these routines will pay off with highly engaged learners. Second, work on building stamina. Small group instruction, when implemented effectively, requires students to work independently when not with the teacher. The stamina for this type of independent work doesn't happen immediately. Take time at the beginning of the school year to build student stamina through progressively increasing the amount of time they spend in small group instruction. And finally, ongoing assessment. It's one of the greatest assets to differentiating instructional strategies. It allows you to know what students have mastered and what they are still struggling with. It also provides information on how you can adapt grouping to best meet the needs of all learners. In the distinguished teacher category, much responsibility is turned over to the students. A self-assessing rubric like this one will guide them in monitoring appropriate group behavior. In a well-managed classroom, transitions are seamless with little loss of instruction time and with students assuming considerable responsibility for the smooth operation. Students should know and understand your expectations for transitions. Practice the transition routines to iron out glitches. Use nonverbals to signal the end of one activity and movement to the next.
There are a number of transition ideas and strategies for all ages. Find the ones that work best for you and clearly explain your expectations. One of my favorites that I saw while observing student teachers looked something like this. The teacher said, "Put your math books away and meet me on the rug after one stanza of Jeopardy!" The children quickly transitioned. There was no opportunity for chatting because they were all busy singing do 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 do. You get the idea.
The goal for most of the non-instructional activities in the school day is little loss of instructional time. So it is with the management of materials. Put in place a system of organization. Establish clear routines and expectations for the use of materials. Give the responsibility for implementing the distribution of materials to the students, perhaps as a weekly job. Those teachers who are fortunate enough to have assistance from volunteers and paraprofessionals need to maximize the benefit of their presence. It takes both organization and management to ensure that they are working independently and productively during the entire time, and that they make a substantive contribution to the classroom environment. If an outsider viewed a classroom that had well-established and maintained procedures and routines, it would appear it was running itself. However, all this planning, organizing, and training is important, actually necessary, before high-quality instruction can take place.